We kept getting asked when we were going to do a new video, so here it is, 23 minutes worth. You can see here the over 1.5 is a lot lower on Betfair. BMT has it a fair bit higher. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay over 1.5 at 143. So that pushes the price up. We know it's too low, so we're in a good position. We're at the front of the queue. And we just wait to get taken to matched. The 1-0 also looks high. So at the same time as scalping the 1.5, let's show you what we've done on the 1-0. There it is, we backed it at 9.8. As soon as it was taken, we laid off the other side at 1 tick below. We got the spread saying the price should be lower. And this is some of our previous matched amounts. Why do we lay first? Well, traders tend to back, so you get matched a little bit quicker. So you lay either the over 1.5 or under 1.5, whichever is misaligned. Just sit in the queue, wait for this to be taken. Now we lay under 1.5. So there we can see we had a £28 anyway, so we've added another £11 to that. Going to submit that at 3.3. There's very little money there, as you can see. Price looks like it's going to come down. You can see the price on PMT. We're in a good position. Just keep an eye under 2.5. If that suddenly drifts up, then obviously that will push the under 1.5 up, the 3.5, 4.5, and also the lower scores. So going back in again, getting in the queue this time at 1.42. Just need someone to match that, someone to back that. We're starting to be taken on the 1-0 as well, which is good. Obviously, if the under 2.5 drops, then obviously the 1.5, 3.5, 4.5 follow, and the lower scores as well. The 0-0, 1-0, 0-1, 1-1, they will also come down. So it's important to know what is going on in the match odds, as well as the 2.5. They're the two most liquid markets, so they dictate and move what happens in the other markets. So just sitting, waiting. Going to move it up because we're not taken at 1.42, so I've moved it up to 1.44. Should really have gone in at 1.43 there and got in the queue. But I don't want to miss this. I think the price is going to drop further. So based on the current PMT price, which is 3.21, that's where we're going to put our lay in. This is the PMT chat room. Some great guys in there, always on hand to help and advise and to throw out a few tips. The likes of JB and Gerds. Phil's good. And a few others as well. Just discussing the Trading the Horses website, which is the sister site of Pre-Match Trading, which is launched a few months ago and is growing every week, doing very well. So we've got a gap at 1.44, so let's go back in again. We know the price is wrong. And normally I'd be using BetAngel for this, BetAngel Professional, and using bigger stakes. But for this video and showing the examples, I'm just using the Betfair site. And this is all you have to do. You just recycle, you go in several times. Once you're matched, you lay off on the other side. Once that's matched, you go back in again if the price is still misaligned. And just do this time and time again. The 1.5 is a personal favourite of mine. 3.5 is also is very good. 4.5 not so much because the liquidity isn't as high. But it's worth checking the bookies' prices. We have links at the top of every auto game that will take you to the match itself so you can see what the bookies are showing. Obviously, Betfair should always be higher than bookmaker prices. And you can see when bookmakers make changes, when they drop, when they raise their prices, and it can be a useful indicator. As you can see, we have Pinnacle prices, we have SBO prices, and also the spread firms. So you can see the Betfair graph, you can see where unders have crept in, they've come down. And often we find when Pinnacle update, Betfair can follow. So they're well worth keeping an eye on what they do at Pinnacle. Pinnacle are usually the best ones to follow sort of an hour, 2 hours before kickoff. Spreads are probably best the day before for international games, Champion Leagues, Europa, that sort of thing. And the SBO is more for sort of Asian trends. So the one that was dropped, which is good. The under 2.5 is slowly dropping, which is also good. You can see the 1.5 at 1.44. We've got it at 1.47. Just dropped to 1.46. So we know the prices are still wrong. And these sort of misalignments happen game after game. Obviously what you're looking for is televised games where the liquidity is good. If there's only sort of 3,000-4,000 in the market, obviously you find you have big gaps. Takes longer to get matched and you end up taking a poor price. But in the under and overs you tend to get matched quicker than on the other markets. Hence why we do them. So Betfair now dropped to 1.7, under 2.5. And this is all you have to do. Just keep an eye on the markets, see what they're doing. Personally, sort of scalp sort of about an hour out from kickoff. We've got the draw inflation at around 5%. Pinnacle and SPO also have the draw a lot lower. And with the unders dropping as well, the 0-0 should also drop. That should come down. When you see a low draw inflation, either the draw will drop or the underdog will drift, or both can happen. Also see that the spreads have the 0-0 lower than Betfair, but they have under 2.5 slightly higher. So that can't be right, can it? They also have the draw one tick lower than Betfair. So this price looks good to back. So let's get in before that drops, before we miss out on this. So we get taken straight away on the back price. And then we submit our lay one tick lower, get in the queue. Sooner you're in the queue, the better. You know, you don't want to go in with sort of £5,000 in front of you. You want to get in. Sooner you're in, the sooner you're out. So back to the 1.5. Just telling the guys in chat. We have some seasoned pros in there, guys that really know their stuff, always on hand to offer some advice and to help sort of newer traders. And it's all about knowing how the markets work and how they move together. You know, this video shows how when the under 2.5 drops that the other ones follow. And obviously the higher scores will drift because the lower scores are dropping, they're coming in. And these sort of games where the unders are so low are great for scalping the lower scores, under overs, and, you know, doing very well from it. So there we go, we've got £86. Thank you very much, nice. Before a ball has been kicked. And now what we're going to show you here is that we only need one price to be taken, which is 3.15, to actually gain £5.50. The 1.46 is already available. And if we went for 3.1, we take even more profit. We take £17 profit. We know the price is wrong, you can see here. And often by only needing to be matched on one of the two prices, you know, you can nip in and out several times, many times over, to increase your profits on that particular market. So here we go, we're going back in again at 1.47. Quite often I'll push the price up and out and be at the front of the queue and immediately go back in on the other side if the price is wrong. There's a lot of money at 1.46. I didn't really want to get behind all of that. But also, more often than not, you can get in the queue at 1.46, or you can even split. So you go half of your money at 1.46, the back price, and take the lay price on offer as well. So if you get matched on both, you're in a really strong position. I hope that makes sense. So we still see the 1.5 is miles out. You know, the under's just coming down and down, and which is great for us. But you also have to be careful of the position suddenly reversing. There's old Gertz, he scalps the 1.5 and does very well. Good trader, knows his stuff. Phil makes a mint as well. He normally trades the correct score. Normally has £500 or £800 on a 2-1 or something like that. He's top bloke, Phil. You know, as are all the guys here. JB, Gertz, our latest guy, Sawyer is doing very well. What I'll actually do is attach a screenshot of my particular setup that I use on BetAngel. So you get to see the markets, you get to see where changes are happening. So obviously, if something suddenly goes against you, you can cancel, you can pull out of the trade immediately. So you'll see that at the end of this video. And I'm trying to cover all bases and think what I've missed. What sort of other advice, tips I can give to would-be pre-match trading traders. So there we go. It's just sort of in a great position. So we're starting to be taken. The red is getting lower. It's increasing. But the green's looking bigger. That's what we want to see. More green the better. Show me the money. So under's coming in even further, which is great for us because we've laid over 1.5. As you can see, most of that has now been matched. Our 1-0 came in further. Could have taken a bit more there. 0-0 has come in. So we got a few free pennies there. Now it's time to do something with the 1.5. You know, and this is all there is to it, really. It's a case of, you know, going in several times, you're recycling. You know, we're not putting a 10,000 trade in at one go. You know, you're turning over 100, 200, 500 pound stakes, anything from 2, 3, 5, 10 times or more, as long as the prices are misaligned, and PMT tells us the prices are misaligned. Then you know, you just go back in time and time again. There we go. It's dropped even further. And the tool is brilliant for this. It really is. It's you know, once you've learned how to do this, then there is a lot of money to be made on it. You know, the tool is superb. We get asked all the time, you know, how much can I earn using the PMT tool? Well, we have some guys earning £50. We have some guys earning £200. Some of our top guys are earning £500, £600 a week. The tool is very good, but obviously it's only as good as the person using it. And if you've got the patience, determination to make it work and stick with it, you'll do very well. You know, we have some guys coming along that pick it up overnight because they know how the markets move, how they work in tandem with each other. We have other guys that are determined to make it work, so they give it 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks before they start earning the money. But they're determined, they do very well, and reap the rewards. Others try it for 3 hours and cancel. You know, you're not going to get very far in life with that sort of attitude, are you really? So it's you know, it's horses for courses. You know, Pre-Match Trading has won awards on one review site 2 years running now as the best trading product. So you know, it is good. It must be good. You know, because there's so many other sort of products that have been reviewed out there. And to win it once is hard enough, but to win it twice speaks volumes. You know, and when I say how the markets work and how they move, well, if a favourite's price, say Man United's price is 1.5 and they suddenly drift up to 1.7, then what's going to happen with their scores like 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, that sort of thing? Well, they're likely to drift as well. As we've seen here, if under 2.5 comes down, then what you see is the draw should come down, the lower scores will come down and drop, and the higher scores will drift up and out. You know, it's not sort of rocket science, but the more you sort of see this in front of you, the more you get a feel for a market, the more you get a feel for how things work. I'm just going to mark this particular game on the in-play scanner that we've got. It's inplaytrading.com. Has all the live in-play stats like shots on target, penalties, email alerts, audio, sounds for penalties, goals, shots on target. Brilliant tool, because what I often do is take the free green into play and try and increase the profits from there. See what we've done here at half time is going to take some profits off the CS, because it doesn't appear to look like any goals in this game. Bit of a boring old game. There we go. Some Sawyer's done very well. Brilliant. Great stuff. You know, £200 guaranteed. That's not bad, is it really? What's that? It's about 5-6 months worth of subs. Excellent in one game. I personally made £54 on the game, as it ended 0-0. But that's not bad. If you can do that 5, 6, 7, 10 times a week, you know, you're doing very well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Prematchtrading.com. Look us up. We're good. Give us a try. See you again soon.